LilWiiviewer and the LittlestWiiviewer.
And we're all going to review
Kirby's Epic Yarn for the Wii.
So this is what, the third Kirby game we've played so far?
The original Kirby, Kirby 64, and then this.
So what did you think of Kirby's first adventure to the Wii?
Well, it was okay, I guess. It was okay.
I thought it was better than okay, guys. It was really good. My only issue is it didn't feel like a Kirby game. What about you, LittlestWiiviewer? Did you think this one felt like a Kirby game?
Kinda.
The whole problem, I think, was what is Kirby most famous for?
His sucking abilities.
My point is, this game could have been made with any mascot, really. There's nothing that defines this as a Kirby game, and that's disappointing. You don't take out Kirby's sucking ability. That's his claim to fame. It just doesn't feel like a Kirby game until the final world.
You're right, because they try and remind you of original Kirby games.
Instead of sucking powers this time around, Kirby has what, a whip?
Basically a blob of yarn who can do much of anything that only limits the amount of yarn he's made out of.
Now, the entire title can be played with 1 to 2 players. So, LittlestWiiviewer, what'd you think about playing it simultaneously with another player?
I liked it, except when the LilWiiviewer keeps on grabbing me. I only like it when he does it on purpose, for a special reason.
Like what?
Like multiplayer badges.
Oh, to get something that's up high that you can only reach with 2 players? LilWiiviewer, what'd you think of the multiplayer aspect?
It was actually pretty good.
And this game actually had one of your favorite options that was in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And what was that?
The coward bubble.
What is that?
Basically, a coward bubble is just where you kind of hide for another player to do its thing.
The coward bubble, as you put it, is a very useful function. If one of the players is lagging behind, the other player can just push a button and it will temporarily take them out of the game. It made waiting on the other player non-existent, and I loved that, since that could really slow down the gameplay in titles that didn't have that option available. Kirby's Epic Yarn is all about Kirby, who's been transformed into yarn. He goes from world to world, restitching them back together. So let's talk about the graphics in this one. What'd you think of it, LittlestWiiviewer?
Excellent. Because this game was basically made for the graphics than the actual gameplay.
I think they took the whole concept of the whole world made of yarn. I think they stretched it out about as far as they could. And it was fun. I gotta admit it. Kirby's Epic Yarn was fun. Kirby can transform into different things.
It was very fun, especially a tank bot. One player controls the arm and the other person controls the tank itself and its missiles. Just one more thing. It depends on the order that you go inside the transformer for who's controlling what.
Which one was your favorite, LittlestWiiviewer?
The tank bot.
I like the fire truck. I thought that was kind of cool. As you travel through the levels, you'll collect beads, and there are 3 different levels of completion in each level. So that gave it a lot of replayability if you really wanted to get the best completion score. Now, the beads were easy enough to get, but just hard enough to hold on to keep it challenging.
You have to get a certain amount of beads, which are like collectibles, then you unlock a new level. And if you beat that one, you unlock the last level of the world. What he basically said was, what you get in the game is patches that interact with the land around you to each level and another. In each boss, if you get enough beads, you'll unlock 2 extra levels in each world.
That's a very cool way of getting replayability in the game. LittlestWiiviewer, which one was your favorite world?
I liked Futureland the most. It has very creative levels.
LittlWiiviewer, which one was your favorite?
I didn't really have a favorite. They were all pretty good.
There is also some multiplayer games in this, but it's nowhere near to the extent of Kirby 64, which was really disappointing. What do you think of those multiplayer games?
They go back to the original levels that you played, and, well, it just adds a surprising twist to the game. Does it mean they're fun? Well, it depends on the one that you're doing.
What about you, LittlestWiiviewer? What do you think of the multiplayer games?
They're fun.
There was one other thing you could do, and that was decorate your room.
Decorating your room, you say? You mean my room of treasures?
I think it's more like your room of junk. Have you seen that room you built? It's like your actual room.
You're walking on top of furniture. This is kind of a weird problem. There's no layers in depth that you can climb on top of or anything, for this is a 2D game. So you will walk on top of furniture no matter if it's at the bottom or not.
The only real negative I have about this game is that it's just too easy. I mean, you can't die. It's impossible to die. So that means you're going to beat the game. There's no way around it. You're going to beat the game. But like I said, the levels are very replayable. Kirby's Epic Yarn. LittlWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
I'd have to think on that one. I mean, it has about 8 hours of content. Well, if you're looking for a fun little rental, maybe you should rent this game. But if you're a Kirby fanboy that's just dying to hang it up on their wall, maybe you should get this game. And a life.
Yes. I agree with you there. And LittlestWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Easy buy. I had a ton of fun.
I could see why you would say a rental, but I also see why the LittlestWiiviewer thought it was a buy. Because I'm kind of caught in the middle between rent and buy myself. This game is a lot of fun and really replayable. I'm going to lean more towards buy because I think it deserves it.